This is Kevin Mayo, your American correspondent for Real Ale Craft Beer, and today we're drinking Thomas Hooker Brewery Hot Meadow IPA. Had to remember the name of it. Hot Meadow is actually part of a town nearby. Now, Thomas Hooker Brewery is right outside of Hartford, Connecticut. It's in actually Bloomfield, Connecticut, but literally on the city line. They started as a brew pub. Oh God, it's got to be 20 years ago now, or close to 20 years ago. Then they split the brewing section off, and then eventually the brew pub closed. But they're still in business. So they're one of the oldest continuing operating breweries in Connecticut at this point. I'm trying to think of who else might be around longer than them, and I'm having a hard time coming up with somebody off the top of my head. They do a lot of contract brewing for some of the other guys in the area. And like I said, they've been around forever. Thomas Hooker is actually the founder of Connecticut. He came down from the Boston area like in 1633 and founded Hartford, Connecticut. He was a dissident. I'm pretty excited about this. This is one of the very, very first beers I ever reviewed, if not the first beer I've ever reviewed. I don't remember anything about that review. It's 3.5, 4 years old now at this point. I didn't go back and look at it. I just said it'd be a real kick to go back and review it again, and then after I'm done, I'll compare it to what I had before. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and give it a crack and give it a pour. Thought I had a glass from them, but I can't find it. I was just looking for it, so I was gonna. One of the things I find is you develop a real taste for the hops. When I first started drinking these type of beers, I wasn't that into IPAs. And I've heard Simon say the same thing. It's something that you develop over time. You know, I always say we chase the hops, chase the hops, chase the hops. Let me tell you a little bit more about this one. A blend of Cascade, Centennial, and Zythol hops give this beer a citrus nose, a crisp piney finish, and balanced by complex. This beer is truly refreshing IPA. I have no idea how old it is, but again, it's local, and they go through a fair amount of it, so I'm assuming it's fairly good. Slightly hazy. I don't think it's a chill haze. I haven't had this in the fridge that long. I picked it up today. Hardly any carbonation at all. As you can see, we had almost no head on it, and it quickly dissipated. Say a dark yellow. Not sure if we can see it on the camera. Let's do our aroma. So we get a little bit of grass. A little bit of grapefruit. And I get a little bit of the malt background. I'm getting a little bit of caramel. But really faint. All those aromas are quite faint on this. Again, I wish there was a date on this. Now I'm getting to be afraid that maybe this is an old bottle. Let's do the taste. Wow. It's got quite a malt up front. Really, almost like an English bitter. I get a real toffee caramel right up front. And it finishes quite bitter too. I'm getting quite a bitter on the back end. I wonder if that's from the Zythos hops. I don't know anything about them. Cascades and Centennials we see all the time. But I don't know if that's the bittering hop or not. So we get the caramel up front. Get just a hint of that grass in there. Not really even piney, but just kind of grass. It's kind of a stringent mouthfeel, but it doesn't finish dry. A lot of these finish dry. and I'm just kind of looking for a little bit more in there, and I'm not coming up with much. I'd kind of call it a blend. It's almost like a English American IPA all blended together. I get that caramel toffee up front, and it finishes like real West Coast bitter. Very West Coast, that's what I'm looking for. Finishes with that strong bitter. Not a lot of other citrus or flavors or piney flavors in there. So it's kind of a, oh, nice bready caramel. Boom, bitter, pow. So, very interesting beer. I have no clue when I scored it a long time ago. Matter of fact, that was my old scoring system. That was my first site. It's not a tremendous IPA. It's drinkable. I would order it out if I got it on draft. I've had it before. I know I've had it since that first time I renewed it. I'd give it a solid 76 out of 100. Till next time, keep drinking.